So hi, good morning everyone. I'm Corinne. I work at BCB Group and currently contribute to Realms. Today I'm going to talk about multi-signature DAOs. So who here has created their DAO from scratch on Realms? So everyone, I can give you back half an hour. What are we going to talk about? What is a DAO, or who should create a DAO? On Realms, we really try to empower communities to manage their own DAOs, set up their own DAOs, and currently we only have a multi-signature wizard, and we're integrating new wizards to make it easier and accessible to create a DAO. And that's what I'm mainly working on with Jonathan. So we want to go to the next slide, and that's obviously not working. Can we go here? Awesome. Apparently not. Let me quickly zoom out and have a view. Navigator. Huh? Yeah, but I can keep my notes open in that case. So we're also integrating a wizard for NFT communities to create their own DAOs and governance DAOs to create, which has more detailed instructions. We can link to a Twitter account or have directly their own DAO logo online. And we're soon launching that. But from now, let's create our own DAO. Here we go. And because presentations are not stressful enough, we're going to make a live presentation. As you can see, I'm connected to my wallet and I'm on DevNet. And we create a DAO. And I'm going to choose the multi-signature template. And I'm just going to call it AthensDAO. So the approval quorum is nice to maybe start at 60%. It's, I would say, recommended to start a bit more conservative and secure and get a bit more flexible over the time your community grows, and you can always adapt to your own needs and change the configuration. By default, the voting duration is on 3 days, and we can always add more members. One thing to keep in mind, you cannot actually remove a DAO member when they have their own token. So only they themselves can burn a token. One of the cool things we're integrating, or Sebastian is integrating, is a membership concept. So nobody's actually, what is happening? Sorry, it disconnected. Great, we're back. So we're integrating the membership protocol that individuals don't actually hold tokens. So the DAO knows who has access rights and who can have governance power to vote. We create a test DAO. And at the moment, I'm the only member because it's way easier to have an anarchistic voting protocol for now. Great. I believe we already have an AthensDAO, so let's try something else. Why? Great, so welcome to AthensDAO. From here on, you can see the treasury. And first we have to create a new treasury account. And this launches our DAO wallet. So from there on, we can have multiple new token accounts within our treasury. And we also have an NFT wallet that you can see straight away here, but they're all going into within the same sub wallet, I would assume. So if we want to actually deposit or send NFTs, I can directly deposit NFTs from my wallet. You can choose that cute little monkey here. And we're gonna approve a lot of transactions today. And now you can see this NFT is in our AthensDAO wallet. But what is if we want to add a new token account? So we can also have multiple different currencies or tokens here. I'm going to use definite MDOs. And from here on, if we were to have more mangoes, you can directly continue if we're going to do that. Where is my mouse? Love that. So going from here to view my treasury, and I copy the address, and I can send some mangoes. That's a little much. Would be nice. And now I should have. You can see 10 definite MGOs. So I can actually from here on create an investment. Adrian has more elaborated on that yesterday, so you can propose to actually deposit the mangoes of your own DAO token wallet to trade on Mango. So I'm not going into that. And we can also create our own programs. For now, I have deployed my own programs. So that means I am the author and I have the authorization rights. And if I create a proposal, I'm writing over the authority to the DAO, and that's a great way for DAOs to interact with Solana blockchain and send and sign transactions. So I'm going to use my own deploy program, and we're going to create that. And let's create a proposal. Cool. So you can see one of the programs here. You can continue to upgrade or close the buffers, and only the governance or the DAO themselves have now the authority. So you always have to vote if you were to upgrade your program. As we're just one person here, you can always add more members. But before I'm going to do that, it's going to get a bit tricky because I would like to actually have more voting power than the other person because it's just the two of us. So you can create a new proposal, and we want to add, I want more governance votes. So if I wouldn't have, or if I would have added a new member and approved a new member, I couldn't actually continue because our voting the voting quorum needs to exceed 60%. So I always have to change to a different account, and that would be a bit annoying. So let's approve this proposal or vote yes for it. And then we have to execute our program or our instructions. Make another transaction. No. Here we go. Great. So if I refresh now and connect, I can deposit my tokens. And I have 11 votes now. That's great. And now let's create a new member. So this creates another proposal for me to vote on. I'm gonna vote yes. Cool, and now we have 2 members. So our initial initiative with Dean was to create AthensDAO, but we would like to start our own NFT community, so people have their own NFT, and he's gonna take it from there to start AthensDAO. I'm happy to take some questions. We're always looking for people who like to document this process a bit more and engage the community to make it more accessible to start their own DAOs.
Hi, thanks for the demo. I've been playing around with Realms recently. A lot of the steps are kind of, you go through the same thing. You create a proposal, you vote on it. I was wondering if there were plans to kind of bundle these things together, so you kind of create a proposal and vote on it with your community tokens all at once, that sort of thing.
So I think the idea of a DAO is not to be only one person. So if I create a proposal and it's only me, obviously it makes sense, I can vote, I'm gonna execute it. But if we're 100 people,
maybe just create and vote.
You create, but you still have to vote. And maybe then you're still not decisive enough to actually execute it. So it just gives you more power and control for your community, because some changes you want to integrate might impact a lot of things. But yeah, I'm happy to hear Sebastian's opinion on that, whether to make that quicker.
Yeah, we actually have a change that you can do this in one step. Because sometimes I think, especially if we think about as a multisig, like core primitive of a DAO, that like a building block, that and you want to create like a smaller groups with authority, then yes, if you have enough power to create the proposal and approve it and execute, that can be one step, right? So there is actually a PR for that.
I know the answer, but I want your opinion from your experience. As you said, once you give out the council tokens, you can't really get them back. How do DAOs deal with these issues? Do they need to dilute the council in order to get the proposal, the direction they want to?
Yeah, so there are a few things you can work around that, I would assume. So yeah, like a DAO cannot exclude members that hold their own council token, because they themselves can burn the token. One way to work around that, yes, is to dilute the network and just drop everyone else more voting powers, and the other person has no more, or like no say anymore, because they don't have enough governance tokens. And the cool thing I mentioned that Sebastian is integrating the membership protocol. So individuals don't actually vote with their token nor with their NFT. So if you want to elaborate on how that fully works to give it more detail.
Yeah, sure.
It's better.
Essentially the change that we are working on is to make it as an optional choice that the membership tokens won't be transferable. Right? So only you will never get them to your wallet. If you are the member, they will be deposited directly into the realm, and then only the DAO will have authority to either give more tokens or take them away. So yes, that will be an option, and you will be able to enable this for any DAOs. Yes, that's because that's power to the people. But well, there are downsides. I mean, like, pros and cons of every solution. For example, if you want to have recurring changes to your council, you can kind of, as a councillor, you can delegate to somebody else by giving the token, right? And that would be more difficult, right? If you have a fixed membership. So this is why it will be a choice. Great choice.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.